Welcome to Carteret CONNECTS. I'm Mike McHugh.
Been a little bit.
Huh?
Been a little bit. We've been about a week.
Is that long?
Yeah.
Time flies, though.
Yeah.
Did you miss us?
No.
We missed you.
They didn't miss us.
How come? Here's a question. How come the screen looks so damn small and I look so big?
I know, man.
I look so big. I sound like Caliendo.
Let's pretend the camera adds 20 pounds.
This is like a conjugal visit here.
Yeah.
I'm talking to the guy in orange. I'm like, okay, you're going to get out soon. If you just all the paperwork's going through, and I think we got the right judge this time.
Yeah, we got a better deal.
Just hang in there, behave yourself. So yesterday, what was yesterday? Thursday, August.
Is that when you went to the vet?
Went to the vet. Went to Brigadoon and Cedar Point, and my Casey, my 7-year-old Labradoodle, was up for rabies vaccination every 3 years. Got the card in the mail like last month. So I called immediately, right? And I said, hey, I got the card. I said, can we come to get a vaccination,
right.
simple vaccination? Our next available date is August 27th at 2:30.
Wow, yeah, I've heard they've been really busy, all of that.
I said, okay, fine. So got there at 2:15. I was the first car in the parking lot of
Is it first come, first serve?
No, it was appointment, but they had walk-up. Yeah, they had some walk-ups. But anyway, I'm the first. So the young lady comes out, the tech comes out to my car and asks what I'm there for, and I showed her the card. She said, just stay here. And before I knew it, 10 parking spaces filled up with other people. I guess yesterday was dog day because there were no cats. No cats came in. A couple of people came in with walk-ups. An 8-week-old, some sort of doodle, very cute. That they live over by Chapel by the Sea in Emerald Isle, this couple. And some others just rolled in. And at 2:45, Casey got her, she got weighed, 52 pounds.
Wow.
And got her vaccination, and off we went. $16. That's it.
That's it.
I know. I think they missed something.
Yeah.
It's like, I looked at it, I thought it was like, is that 106? No, it's $16. Like, ooh, okay, I'll see you in 3 years.
Wow, and that must be all they
That's all they did.
Yeah.
They weighed her and they give her a vaccination, but I thought they'd be more than that. So we go back for all the other stuff in December.
Okay.
But,
well, maybe that's what
take care of your pets. They need, their medical treatment. Hell, listen to me talking. I haven't been to a doctor in years, right? We take care of our pets better than we do ourselves.
Yeah,
the good pet owners do.
I'm sure it's like that with people with kids too. They probably.
But it was funny. It was we had Dr. Todd Worrell here, and I think he said the number of patients he sees, it's 80% dogs, 20% cats.
Well, cats.
People don't bring cats in.
Yeah, they typically don't like to ride.
Yeah. They always go in the carrier.
Yeah, and they don't like any of that. Most cats don't like to be in the car.
But I don't think it's their preference of driving. I think people don't take cats to the vet that much. Has Gwen taken her cat to the vet over 2 years?
Now she does because she's old.
Yeah.
But she didn't before.
Yeah, cats are. We used to have a term when we've always, as a married couple, we've always had cats, a cat or cats. And when we would go away for a weekend, we put them on AutoCat. Right? Have you ever done that?
What does that mean?
Make sure the litter boxes are clean. There's food bowls out. There's plenty of.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
AutoCat. So if you leave on a Friday and come back on a Sunday, in normal times, normal situations.
Oh man, when I was in college, I ended up with a cat that you remember, Kitty Paws. That she wasn't really mine. The girl had left her, and I didn't know how to have a cat, and I would be gone forever. I'd leave these big giant bowls of food, and and I feel bad now because she got it so bad. She spent a lot of time by herself. But I know to do that point is you can get away with that with cats.
Cats more so because they got the litter box and they can stay inside. I mean, and they sleep a lot. I mean, they really do. I mean, I look at our Kelly cat, and she's a calico, and she sits in one of the bar stools, and boy, can she contort and twist and sleep, all afternoon.
Right in that little thing.
Yeah, and it's funny when we had 2 cats. We lost Sonny a few weeks ago, and Kelly was the roamer. Sonny stayed real close to the house. They were indoor, outdoor, and it's a safe environment for them. It's a safe, and I say that they're not going to get struck by a vehicle. Who's to say a snake couldn't get them or something like that? But Sonny always stayed close to the porches, whereas Kelly would roam the adjoining lots and go into the next neighbor's house. In fact, she walked into their walkout basement, and we missed her for 3 days. We thought she had run away, and she was in there. And we went there.
That's funny.
The neighbor heard a meow finally, and went downstairs. And this was if I had known their walk-in basement was that nice, I'd have walked in there years ago. It was beautiful. So she's there. Kelly's over here. We got her. So, but she has since Sonny died. She's staying real close to home, and she's not going outside. She would bust in the bedroom around 3 in the morning with this, that horrible, like she's getting slaughtered. Yeah, wanting to go out, and then she'd go out and then she'd be fine.
I think cats change with. There's a dynamic in their group, and it changes. In Gwen's case, when the male cat died, the other cat she didn't even know it meowed for like 17 years, and now she's talks all the time.
It'd be interesting because Kelly's she's older than son. She's older than she's probably 8 or 9. I can name that. But she's strong,
right?
Strong like blue. I wonder what would happen if we introduced a younger cat, male or female.
She'd be all right, I think.
Yeah.
It might take a while, but they'll be all right.
Yeah, they are pretty social.
Yeah, I mean, less so than dogs. They figure out what works for them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And they hang out accordingly. They might not hang out that much, or they might hang out a amount. They just figured that out.
They did. I mean, it was cute because they both look similar, and they would both get up on the windowsill ledge outside looking in, and you'd see these two cats looking in, or they're on the sun porch looking out over the estuary, and you just see their back of their heads, and they're just looking at all the birds flying around.
Well, it's like mine. When the big male is on me, I have 3 as well. When big male is on me, the other ones won't come over there. It's like they know.
Is that Cheddar?
Yeah.
Does he have a big motor?
No, but he's sort of
I like when they get that motor and they start doing that.
Yeah, he does all that, but it's not real loud. But he's sort of an ass, and he,
I think it's amazing how we domesticated cats, and they're the same, more or less the same stature, and more or less the same type of fur. There's some longer hair, but shorter hair, but not like dogs. I mean, dogs are just
all over the map.
Wow. Yeah.
What we did to them is.
Yeah.
Somewhere there's a wolf looking at that Pomeranian and going,
No, but you're related. Yeah. The Pomeranian, and then all the doodles that are.
And you don't realize. I mean, people that have been to it or seen it, you don't realize how much bigger a wolf is than a dog. A wolf is pretty big.
Yeah.
If you ever see one, you ever seen one?
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the wild, or these wolf dogs.
Well, a wolf dog too is bigger too.
Yeah.
But a wolf like at Yosemite or somewhere, they're pretty big, man.
I went to. I'll just say this. How can I say this, and I can protect the identity? Hairstylist in Eastern North Carolina. I pulled in one day because remember, I'm all over the place. Chamber of Commerce and advertising, and this could have been years ago or it could have been last week. Pulled in and I had Casey in the car because she likes going for rides, and her ears, like, she normally is like growling and barking at things. Well, she just like I won't say anything here. And in the back of this establishment was this big. I thought a like hairy something golden retriever Afghan something big. So when I went into the business and talked to the operator, I said, "Is that your dog out there?" It's a wolf dog. Oh, what dog? A wolf dog.
Yeah, they are big.
They're big, and I'll tell you what, I don't think I'd walk in that.
About 160.
Yeah.
And that's small for a wolf.
Used for, I guess, defense purposes, perimeter, pets. I don't know.
Well, they do actually sometimes in the wild. It happens, and then you get these
beautiful looking though.
Yeah, and generally speaking, you got to take some care with them. They do howl.
Yeah, and it's not. I don't think it's the type of pet dog, wolf dog, that you would put your collar on there and
you can
walk around the park.
In my mom and dad's subdivision, there was a guy that had one for years.
And he walked around.
Walked him around. Now you didn't go up with your little Pomeranian and go, "Hey," you didn't do that.
Yeah.
But he never bothered anybody, and the guy took care to do that. I think we often get mad at the dog when it's the owner we should get mad at.
I know.
Well,
my dog has a tendency, and she loves people, but she hates being ignored. So when I leave in the morning, she goes right over to Kathy, and then she did it this morning. Pressed up against her, and she looked at me, and she has floppy ears, but she pulls her back, and she looked at me, and she just showed her teeth like.
Well, it's like that day
Casey,
I saw you
in a few hours.
It's like that day I saw you. She growled and barked at me for like 30 minutes straight.
But then you got next to her.
Like she was going to kill me. I was like, "Chasey, I've met you
through the window
100 times. What are you doing?"
But if you were when you were in person, she ran right up to you and saddled next to you. She just likes. Dogs are great. They're just.
They are. Oh, by the way, we need to shout out the new Croatan basketball coach, Will Sutton from from the Titan games.
The Titan games, and 26-year-old has taken the reins of the Cougar boys basketball team when they start. I guess they'll start practicing around Christmas because I think they play January.
I think it's some reason December
I think
8th
you're right.
sticks in my
I think
head.
you're right. I think it is December.
But I don't remember.
We said this that the boys basketball are going to overlap with football.
Right, and there's
a lot of over, and there's track and field.
Yeah, and I can't remember the dates off the top of my head. I'm sure the parents probably know more than I do.
I think you're right. It might be December.
I think they start practicing December.
Yeah, and then the games January. I think they're starting when they come back to the next
after Thanksgiving,
right? And then after Christmas.
When they start playing games, probably. Yeah.
And then football, we know is
we always practice through. That's looking back on it now. I'm like, wow, we never got a Christmas vacation to go anywhere when I was a kid because I was playing basketball.
You always had basketball tournaments.
So
and they do that around here. That's where I saw Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
Wow,
it's become a big deal now.
Where were you when he was a senior at Kinston?
In Jacksonville.
I can't believe you and I didn't go over there. I went by myself.
I went with Chris Miller once.
Oh, you did see him?
Yeah. And plus, I saw him in Kinston a couple times.
Because how often are you going to have that opportunity?
Well, I mean, like I said, I did that page when he got drafted.
Seriously.
It's one of my favorite pages.
You would say, okay, what were the chances of all the schools you cover here in Carteret County, the 3 high schools, right? And in Onslow County, there's 9 high schools in Camp Lejeune, or 8, because they do East.
3 in Lenore, 3 here.
Yeah, and then up. What are the chances? Where would the most likelihood of a D1 college?
Anything.
Kinston.
It's rare.
I'm saying what school? Kinston, probably.
Kinston for basketball.
Could you imagine if, like, say, East Carteret, all of a sudden, maybe a kid growing up here has a skill set, or a military family moves in.
It's much rarer than you think it is to have them.
But how cool would that be? If
you think about it, Swansboro's only had that one. Now, that's true. We might not know about soccer. I'm not off the top of my head familiar. Maybe they got some people that went.
Yeah, even like soccer, as far as going to a both boys and girls going to a big D1 program. But DeAndre Tompkins from
it seems like
went to Penn State.
Yeah, it seems like one of the girls around here went to Carolina.
That would be big.
Play soccer.
That'd be big.
I may be wrong on that.
I'm just talking about. just hypothetically, you have a LeBron James type boy that's at, let's say, West Carteret. Can you imagine? How fun would that be to watch them in junior and senior year and seeing the big coaches coming in, watching them. You'd have a blast with that.
Oh, it'd be fantastic.
And then the debate: is he going to go to a one and done school?
Probably the closest thing in Onslow that you saw was probably Mario Williams.
That was at Richland.
Or maybe Dante Moss. Remember the one that was supposed to be somebody and went to Carolina and got in trouble or whatever. Because he got a lot of attention.
He did. And then
Mario probably got more.
Yeah, I wasn't covering. I strung football, but I wasn't stringing then. Chris would have done. Chris Miller would have done.
Yeah, because he got to pick and choose which game he wanted to do. I'm sure he wanted to do theirs.
He did all of theirs. Yeah. And then they had Southwest had some big players too that went. Southwest had some players recently that went like Nebraska or Oklahoma on the line.
Really?
Yeah, they were a big boy.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Next time you talk to Miller, ask him that. But they had some big players.
It's pretty rare, though.
It is. I'm just thinking the way you love basketball so much.
God,
and if you saw another,
Well, I'll give you an example. I used to do the program and go to some of the games sometimes for a tournament in Raleigh, holiday tournament, and the alumni list on that, because I would do the pages for the program of all the players in it, and they bring in the Oak Hills and all the, and I'm telling you that there's probably just take the last 10 years, there's probably 30 guys that are in the NBA that played in that tournament.
Yeah. Well, aside from homegrown talent, which you love to see, we have the ability, because of the military presence here with Cherry Point and Havelock and Camp Lejeune over in Jacksonville. That's how DeAndre Tompkins came here. His parents were military.
I did not know that.
So he came through that way.
We lived.
It could happen. You could get a kid transferring from California.
And that's why I think their soccer programs might be better than some of the rest of the area because of the influx of outside.
Yeah, because we read a story.
That's just my opinion.
We read a story on Coastal Daybreak this morning. It was published Wednesday in the Tideland News in Swansboro. They do a little look back, and 40 years ago this month, actually the 26th of August, Swansboro High School began its varsity soccer program.
Oh wow!
At the school. Well, and it's only 40 years ago, but there's a couple generations that have gone through there. I mean, the names that are listed in there are the
some
first.
Some stayed.
Yeah, but they also stayed and they raised families here who became
That's
soccer. Right. The Kropanics.
Well, we and I grew up in Richmond, and they had a DGSC, was a Defense General Supply Center, which was this massive place, I guess, for trains and for getting supplies to the military bases. Well, we had a fairly sizable military presence at my school, and on my Pee Wee football team, we started out like 2 or 3-0, and the quarterback was a military kid, and he got transferred. So we didn't have him anymore. Mm-hmm. We lost all the rest of our games because he wasn't there.
I remember talking with, I guess he's probably the athletic director at Lejeune High School, at Lejeune at Lejeune High School. That's what it was. And he was saying, we never know.
Right.
We started out a basketball team in the first semester before Thanksgiving, and parents transfer out. At the beginning of the year, we never know who we're going to get. Sometimes we lose a lot, sometimes we get a lot.
We kind of were the same way. It wasn't nearly like that, but inevitably it affected at least 2 or 3 kids per team in that little area.
The roster's never the same.
Yeah,
and football, they might get away with it because they start in August and then they're done usually.
I got to the point after a couple of years where you almost hate if one of the better players on the team is a military kid, because you just got a feeling he's going to get transferred out right before you can do something.
Yeah, they got to go.
Yeah,
go.
I mean, but then over time that area they lessened it, so it wasn't quite as dramatic as it was when I was real small. But yeah, I'll never forget that. We were pretty good. Then that one kid got gone. It was awful.
Not to shift gears, but shifting gears.
Gears.
NASCAR's going back to Daytona this weekend.
Are they really?
I heard that. This is their final race before the playoffs. Cause,
really?
Jimmy Johnson is like 3 points out of the field.
He might not make the playoffs.
I mean, so they did Daytona.
Yeah, but they did the Roval.
But the Roval. But they did a. Did they do the 500?
They did it back before the pandemic.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Right. So they did that, and then they missed the firecracker, right?
Which would have been July 4th.
They did the Roval, right? Right. And now they're doing another race.
So this must be the real one.
So what is this? Yeah, tell me what this is going to be. Is this going to be a 400?
No, this is the real thing. It looks like
a 500 race, a 500-mile race, 200 laps. We like NASCAR.
160 laps at 2.5 miles, so 400.
400. That sounds like the firecracker.
Firecracker 400.
So when?
Nighttime? Saturday. Yeah, nighttime.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Under the lights.
Is that going to interfere with your basketball?
Yes, I hope so. Well, truthfully, I don't know. I mean, that's a little fluid. They're supposed to start playing Saturday again, but I don't know.
This is amazing. This is the third race at Daytona.
Yeah.
And then I think
fourth actually.
Then they what was the other one?
Because they raced twice at Daytona. Remember the Roval?
Right. Yeah.
They did them back to back.
So now they'll jump into the playoffs after this.
Yeah.
What a screwed up season. I can't keep track of it.
Yeah. That's been a little difficult, and I think they've had to be fluid as well with the schedule, because you don't want to go somewhere where there's a problem. So I think they've been a little. They like do a month out, but they're trying not to do too far.
Well, then the other thing to look forward to is the Masters in October or November, I think. October, yeah.
Weather might play into that.
It's August. It should be nice. It's Georgia. It's South Georgia.
Is it in August?
No. October or November.
Yeah, you don't ever know.
Ooh, I think it'll be nice. I would love to go to that.
Maybe not though.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
I don't think. I mean, even I think
depends on when it's.
I think they'd be fine. Gosh, I remember going to Thanksgiving down in Calabash, North Carolina, to my in-laws, and it was warm Thanksgiving. Rarely did we have.
Used to go to Calabash, eat seafood back before all the other stuff got built up.
I used to love going down there.
Yeah. I hated it because I was a kid. We'd go to Myrtle Beach and we'd have to drive up to Calabash.
Yeah.
And for me as a kid, that was like 2 hours of driving for no reason.
We would drive down from D.C. and by the time you get just past Wilmington and all that, then you start seeing the golf courses. Then when you get into Brunswick County.
Well, when I was
golf course, it's just a different world.
When I was a kid, many moons ago, there was nothing from Wilmington, which was not very big,
right,
to Myrtle Beach, nothing,
right.
And now it's probably like around here.
Yeah.
Back in the early '90s, it was when I was dating a girl that lived down in South River.
Yeah,
her parents did anyway, and there wasn't much down here either.
I remember making even when in 1989 was my first experience with Brunswick County and Sunset Beach, because my wife to be, her parents had
I've been to
place out.
Sunset.
But we would drive down 17. You're right, from Wilmington, nothing, and then you'd see signs for Holden Beach, Ocean Isle, Sunset Beach, nothing. Welcome to South Carolina.
Yeah.
Then it was little river.
Yeah.
And then nothing, and then North Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
And then nothing, and then Myrtle Beach. But
Right.
it's all blue. It's all
Yeah,
the way
Myrtle
up.
Beach is really blown up. I got an aunt that lives there, and it's really
I
blown
like
up.
Myrtle Beach.
It's way different than it was when I was a
it
kid.
is, yeah.
It's nothing like that now. But it's got some nice stuff. When I was a kid, I used to like it because they had the Grand Prix go-karts.
Yep.
And so you get to drive the big ones or the little ones.
Yeah.
The big ones you drove for time, the little ones you drove with people.
We went down there again.
Loved it.
It was October of '89, and it was my first experience in South Carolina. And we're just bobbing up in the ocean, and it was just, oh God, it was gorgeous. But that area, like Boardwalk, Broadway to Boardwalk, and where the baseball stadium is,
Where
that
the
area,
pavilion area used to be.
yeah, downtown,
Yeah.
Ocean Boulevard.
Yeah, they had that Blue Dolphin or something store and all that down there. Yeah. And they just had all them boardwalk games where you play skee ball and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny looking back on it now because I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't have kids, but we were, like, I was the only child, so they always would let me bring a friend because, Lord have mercy, you bring a 12-year-old and they ain't got nothing to do. And they would just let us walk up and down by ourselves.
I think depends on, there's certain weeks where they have, activities
like bike week.
Bike week, one. But other than that, yeah, it still has that, southern, the little southern beach town. But it's a big town. There's a lot there.
Yeah,
a lot of tourists.
I like to golf there.
Yeah.
They got some good golf down there. I must say.
Yeah, a lot of golf.
Yeah. A little expensive for me.
I like the baseball stadium. Twice a year they did Bark in the Park.
I actually have to. Really? You've been there for that?
Yeah, we took Monty there.
Oh, nice.
Get to walk. It was so cool, and it was so fun. It was hot as hell. So they gave us seats in the left field bleachers, the dogs.
Right.
But so we came in the side eggs, and it's all dog friendly, and everybody's, oh, no, we're dogs. So Monty, we're walking around, and up in the left field bleachers, they had two large kiddie pools where they were ostensibly their water bowls for the dogs, and they put ice in it. They had an attendant up there that was dumping ice. Well, of course, there's always one dog that
wants to get in it.
Sit in this thing. And there was a little Jack Russell that was sitting near us, and during batting practice, the batter just clocks one and right over our heads, left field. So that dog down the steps, out in the field, but the ball back.
Oh, nice.
So then before the game starts, the attendant comes over, and they were terrific down there. The attendant comes over and he said, okay, now those that want to, we're going to walk out in the field. We're going to go on the warning track from the left field through center field, right field, and then down the first baseline, then past the dugout, and then up home and back up to our seats. And they had us all in the jumbotron.
Oh, nice.
And the dogs were just having a
blast.
Well, they all got lined up in there.
I don't know if they do anything like that here for the team here in Moorhead. I know they started doing it in Kinston. But Daisy was too old. I really wanted to do it, but she was too old at that point. Yeah, I always wanted to do that. It looked like fun.
The closest I don't know if I'll be able to do this. I think in Swansboro at the splash pad. I think the last day of the splash pad, they're going to let dogs go into it. She would like that. I think I'd probably get away with that. It's fresh water, so. But that's fun. Bark in the Park. I loved it. And Monty, we got a ball.
Yeah, I'd love to do that.
And he sat under the bleachers. Well, he sat under the seats for the game, and it was just a lot of fun.
It was too hot for Daisy at that point. She was older.
This was a hot
Kinston
day.
just started doing it the last couple of years. I was disappointed. I really wanted to take her, but I just couldn't see that. She couldn't do that. So anyway.
Well, let's bounce out.
Yeah, you guys have a great weekend.
We're going to start the weekend now. It's 10 o'clock. What to do?
Yeah, right. I gotta
go to paper. Yeah, I gotta go to the chamber.
Bye.
Executive director.